Wow, guys, Alina Habba just dropped a massive announcement. She's coming after everybody that went after Trump. Alvin, Bragg, Letitia James, and all the government officials that misused your taxpayer dollars. Hit the
Right.
subscribe button, check out his channel in the description. Let's get right to it.
Let's do it.
Incoming White House counselor, Alina Habba. Alina, thank you so much for joining us. I do appreciate it. Look, there are a
Thanks for
lot
having me.
of things that have to happen before now and January 20th. I get that, but assuming everything goes smoothly, and it should, then on January 20th, the president's going to do a lot of things. But how is the president going to fight back against the efforts by the Biden administration to Trump-proof the workforce and all these other things? He's out there selling the border wall. What are the things that Trump's up against, and what is he going to do to fight back against it?
Well, I think we're seeing the fight already begin, Jason. If you look at what we've done, we've had just recently an amicus brief filed against what he's doing with TikTok because President Trump believes he can solve it in a way that will help and benefit Americans and keep TikTok regulated so that we can maintain it. We've seen, again, the border wall, like you said, him selling off the border wall. We had to step in, and thank God the courts did, and prevent them from doing that. We have red states that are stepping up and putting American first policies, Trump policies, ahead of us getting in and protecting the incoming administration. It's just not even fathomable to me that President Biden would want to be so destructive in his last few days. But unfortunately, that is what this administration has been doing. So we shouldn't be surprised. But we have been actively working to prevent that from happening. And we have people, on the Hill working on that. And we're ready for action. Like Caroline said, day one, we're going to be taking serious action immediately, executive orders, in order to make sure that we correct, frankly, what they've destructed and get America back on track immediately.
He just asked, he was like, it's gonna be a smooth transition January 20th. It's not gonna be a smooth transition because these people do not want Trump in office, right? They're doing everything they can. Biden doesn't even want to step up. He's still sending money to other countries. He's still letting illegals in, guys. That's
Exactly.
why January 20th, it's so much that needs to be done and so much that Trump's going to do, right? Because if you really look at it, think about it, man, they don't want him in there. They haven't been wanting him in there.
Man,
It's been
he's
hard,
gonna do them executive orders. His last term, he did the most executive orders ever
ever.
in the history
Yeah,
of, yeah. And then Alina Hopper, she's a problem solver.
yeah.
I was reading a story about how she met Trumpito. Her office in Bedminster, her private office, was like 8 minutes from the golf course
Okay.
that he owned. So she wanted to be a member of the golf course. So of course she's golfing there, and
Yep.
she bumps into him. You know what I mean? And then they
They
they,
hit it
they
off,
hit it
and
off.
now she's hired.
Right,
Now,
she's
now
a
she's
friend.
part of the great administration that's about to run
Oh
this
my
country.
God. 10 years later, she's running things.
Come on, man. This
I
is
love
crazy.
it.
Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Let's keep going, man. Let's break this down.
Now, two of the things the president has to deal with is a workforce that is not been coming into the office. And the second thing is the debt ceiling. How is the president, what can the president do right away to deal with those two big issues?
Listen, first of all, we have to clean up a lot of the mess, and that includes some of the DEI hires, some of the ridiculous decisions that were made, and putting people in that maybe didn't have the merit to be in the administration and in those positions. With having people like Kash
Yeah.
Patel, having people like Pam Bondi, Pete Hegseth, they're going to be dealing with their departments and making sure we have the correct people in there. When you turn into debt, first of all, we've got a president that just spent, what was it, 50 billion on the Amazon. He's sending money out like it's growing on trees in the back, in the south lawn of the White House. And we have got to look at tariffs. We've got to look at some of the things that President Trump is going to do to make sure that America is not second, third, fourth, but we're first, because people want to trade with this country, but it has to be fair. And President Trump is a strong voice, a strong president
Yeah.
who will demand respect and get our country back on track. We can't be just handing out bailouts to every country that wants anything. The Amazon wants a big check. Okay, let's do it right before we get out of office. That was the
Right.
most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. But
Get
Jason, we have
him.
a president who's been on vacation for 40% of his presidency. 40%. So I don't even think he's checked in, but he has no problem spending American money, and it's got to stop. The hemorrhaging
Yeah.
has to stop. American
What's really big is I don't think it's personally Joe Biden that's spending our money. It's the people behind him that are sending money to these other
Right.
countries,
He's
right?
clueless to even where he's at right
Yeah,
now.
he's sleep half the time, like
Oh
she
my
said, with
God.
a hat over his head on a beach somewhere.
Like we said, who's running the country right now?
It
And
it really doesn't make sense. Trump's gonna get in there. He's gonna take the rainbow that's in the office out of it, right?
taking the
He's gonna
flag
put
down,
God first. You
taking the
know,
rainbow flag down for once.
the the true patriots in America right now are gonna be the only ones that are gonna thrive when he gets in office. It's
And
clear,
I don't have a
light and
problem
that.
with that. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, because hey, true patriots here, man.
That
Let's
part.
keep going, man.
People are suffering. We need tax reforms. We need a lot of things that have to be done very quickly so that they can effectuate some change when President Trump is in there and help the American people.
Yeah, it's amazing to me that President Biden was on vacation before he went on another vacation. Then he went to St. Croix, and then he's going to get back and he's going to go fly off to Italy like he's going to do some big foreign policy effort in Italy, and all at the taxpayers' expense, of course. All right, but I want to get down to the nitty gritty here. There are hundreds of billions of dollars that are trying to be spent by the Biden administration in literally the next 20 days. So what can the president do to fight back against that? Because that money, I mean, we're up against the debt ceiling, but there's hundreds of billions of dollars appropriated, but not yet spent.
Yeah, and if you look at some of the bills that they're trying to pass, and Vivek did a great job of pointing this out, and Elon, some of those bills, they're giving massive bills which have hidden income to people, raising people's salaries, things like that. They are trying to slip it through the cracks. But our team, and when I say our team, I mean the Republican Party. I mean certain people on the Democrat Party that are not agreeing with what they're doing, that are seeing through it, that know that the incoming administration is going to fix it, reverse it, and call it out, are currently out there looking at these bills, going to the American people, going on the Hill and saying, you're not going to pass this bill this way. You're not going to slip in money that shouldn't be spent. But there's only so much, unfortunately, we can do until we're there. But I will say that I think that we're seeing real unity in Washington recently. And also fear, probably, because of Doge, because of his administration, the people he's put in, and the fact that they know that you're going to be held accountable if you're going to be messing around with American people's money. And and I think we've seen that. I think we've seen that just in look at the amount of people, Jason, that have come to speak to President Trump at the Winter White House here in Mar-a-Lago. They are worried, and they know they're going to be held accountable. And I think that is something we knew would happen the minute he got elected, because he is a strong leader and a strong voice, and he's America first. So if you've been messing around and taking money from our government, which is taxpayer dollars, you're not going to be able to do it anymore. There's going to be a block, and there's going to be checks and balances.
And that is a huge announcement, guys. What I want to let you know is everybody that took advantage of the U.S. has to pay for it. You know, it's coming.
That's right. I agree with that. It's been a long time where we just been passing out money. We've been just taking care of other foreign countries. We've been taking care of foreigners here. You know what I mean? Taking care of issues that the people never even asked you to do. You know what I'm saying? And now finally we have
a voice.
Right.
You know, I want to say this. Right now, these people are trying to do catastrophic damage before Trump gets in office. They're sending billions and billions away, right? And you know who's going to have to pay for it?
We are.
Trump. Because they want to make his name as bad as possible, like they did in 2020.
Mess up the country as much as they can before.
They started a massive virus.
Murderer. You want to pardon 8,000 other criminals. You want to send 50 billion to the Amazon. You want to sponsor Ukraine. You want to sponsor Israel. You want to sponsor both sides of every war. And then now here, pass the office over.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, man. Let us know what you guys think about this quick video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Check out his channel in the description. We out.